Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to another edition of Movement Radio. I am Chip Hazard.
I'm Talon Williams. Unfortunately, Roger could not be with us tonight, but it's all good. We just want to come here tonight and talk to you guys about the really cool event that took place this past Saturday at Camp Jordan Arena in Eastridge, Tennessee. Chattanooga Roller Derby went up against the Atlanta All-Stars or the Atlanta Roller Derby. I thought it was a really cool event. I enjoyed myself. Chip, what about you? How did you enjoy the event?
I mean, for my first live roller derby event, it was head and shoulders above what I honestly expected. Now, anybody who's been following knows that we've kind of had this partnership with the Chattanooga Roller Derby for the past several weeks. We've had, some of the players on. I've reached out to see if any more want to come on to talk about, roller derby and everything. But that was all leading up to their first home game at the Camp Jordan Arena. And it was, it was intense, insane.
Mm-hmm.
Now, unfortunately, they did not win. And if you've never been to a roller derby before, they had 3 bouts yesterday. They had the juniors, which Chattanooga's juniors are called the Ruby Regulators. Then they had their all-star team, and then they had their B team, which the Chattanooga's B team is called the B Railers. And I'm a dude, and I would not want to get on that track and get hit by these ladies. They are ruthless, and they were putting people on their asses left and right.
That was the main thing. Because when we got down there, we all got around there roughly around the same time, about 2:00. Got in, you had bought some brand new equipment from our good buddy. Shout out to you, Rob. But also we had, it was crazy because we got them in from like 3 different angles. I think you had the side angle, Roger had like the starting position angle, and then I was on the side. I was pretty much, chasing the jammers pretty much all the time.
Yeah.
But the jammers, like when you actually, I'm one of those weird people where it's like, if I see something happening and you explain it to me while it's happening, I can understand it a little bit better, because I came in with literally zero knowledge of roller derby. I mean, I've known of roller derby because we've seen the movie Whip It, and we've heard of all the preconceived notions about roller derby and things of that nature. But to actually be there, to like watch it happen and see it unfold, and seeing how people, seeing how they played the game, the strategies that they used, it was very interesting to see. And we saw some hits. I remember, I can't remember, I think it was either the third game, it may have been the third game. Girl came around the corner, I don't even think she was paying attention. She was just trying to get through. And all of a sudden, you just seen, boom, next thing you know, she was up against the wall. I was like, holy shit, how she hit the wall. Like, it was crazy to me.
Yeah.
Very intense.
Yeah. Our friend of the show, Baby, she was putting girls on their asses. So again, if you have no idea what roller derby is, there's no, it's not like what you've seen in like the 60s and 70s and even into the 80s, or whatnot. Like, they're not punching each other, they're not clotheslining. Like, there's penalties if they use their forearms, stuff like that.
Of them.
Yeah. So it's literally shoulders and asses that, are doing the blocking.
Yeah. And they got to play offense and defense in a weird, because it's like you got to block for the people so that your jammer can go through, but you're also playing defense to make sure that the other team's jammer doesn't get through.
Right.
And for those of you who want to know, basically it starts off, there's 5 girls on the court for each team at a time. You have 4 blockers. Well, take that back. You have 3 blockers. You have a pivot, and you have a jammer.
Mm-hmm.
The object of the game, for those of you who don't know, the object of the game is to get your jammer through the blockers and then go around the track And normally, when you go around track, for every person that they pass, they get a point. And every jam that they do, once someone goes across it, that starts the jam. You have 2 minutes to try to get as many points as you can. And if you feel like you can't get enough points, or you feel like maybe another jammer behind you from the other team is going to catch up with you at some point, you can stop the jam, and then it goes back, and then everybody sets up again for the next jam.
Right.
I think there was one girl from Atlanta, I believe it was on the it was the B-Railers team, B-Railers game that we watched. In one jam, she got like 22 points. I was like, golly, and it's just going back and forth. Now, some people might think, is she a good jammer, or did they do just a bad job, blocking, But then again, it's kind of like what our friend Hines said. If you're a good block, if your team is good at blocking, then they might think, oh, that jammer sucks. No, we just got a good blocker.
Right.
It's a very, very weird. Like, being there watching it for the very first time, I myself was thinking, like, damn, this is way more intense than I thought it was going to be. And you see the passion and you see the determination that these players have.
Oh, yeah.
Saw what, I mean, and granted, we didn't see any like serious injuries or anything. I think there was a couple of girls that went down.
No,
but it wasn't anything too severe, I don't think.
Yeah, shout out to Stovall. She got her thumb ran over on the track by somebody else. They rolled over it with their skates, and she continued playing, and then came out and coached or helped coach the B-Railers.
Yep.
While her thumb was in a splint. Like, that's toughness right there.
It absolutely.
That's to use the new hot term. That's grit.
Grit. There you go. Yeah. Right. It's like when you crack your dome in the middle of a wrestling match. Hey, I got to finish the match. She,
right.
Broke her fucking thumb and she finished the match. I mean, filming it was really, really cool because we were able to. It was basically like we watched the whole game, pretty much the whole time. And it wasn't just there as fans. I mean, yes, we did work the event, but man, it was so cool just to see. And shout out to the MVPs of the game, the blockers and the jammers. Both teams had really, really good players on each team. I think my MVP, if I want to say, and this is no in any way, shape, or form a detriment to any of the other players, but if I had to go out there and say like who I thought like some of the best players were that we seen for the Chattanooga Roller Derby team, I thought Big Sal brought it, dude. She had on the B-Railer.
Yeah,
we can go individuals, but if I'm talking about just the B-Railers, like Big Sal had it, dude. She was just all over the place, dude. I thought she played a damn good game.
Definitely. I thought she was one of the better better jammers.
Yep.
On the B-Railers.
Who was the other one? The one you were saying, sugar something.
I don't have the list out in front of me. Do you have
Sugar Daddy? I think that's the one you were talking about.
Yeah, Sugar Daddy.
Yeah.
Those two were really good. Monkey was really good.
Yes, Monkey was really good too.
And that's on the B-Railers. Blockers for the B-Railers, it was Tipsy. She was really good. Baby was good. There's another one, and I'm so sorry, I can't remember
her names at one time.
Right, I can't remember her name. But yeah, the B-Railers, like, some of those girls looked like they should have been all-stars.
I agree.
It's complicated. They look like they should have been all-stars. But was that they're that good, or that the Atlanta Rumblebees weren't as good? Now, mind you, they won. The Atlanta Rumblebees did win. But it was like they couldn't block Big Sal for anything. And, in each jam, players come off the bench onto the track, and players that are on the track go to the bench so you can get some rest. But you know, I think if she could have played, all the whole hour, uh, then
It would have
you
been a
know,
blowout, pretty much.
it, yeah, because they just couldn't block her. The Rumblebees could not block Big Sal for anything.
Nah, I thought, yeah,
Um,
she did really, really good.
yeah, and then on the All Stars, Stovall did great. Chaos did great.
Yep.
Goldie did
Goldie was
good.
really good. Absolutely, she was.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I didn't bomb. She wasn't there.
No, she wasn't there, I don't
She may have been there but she didn't play.
think. Right.
But yeah, I mean, they did really good too. But I want to talk about the Ruby regulators for a second
Yes.
because them kids, and I say kids because the Ruby regulators are they're a co-ed team up to the age of 17, I believe it is.
I think it's 17, yeah.
So they're kids, but they are ruthless.
Lunatic?
Yeah.
Lunatic. Let me describe her for you guys. So she's a teenager. She's got to be, at the bare youngest. I'm thinking maybe she's like 14 at the youngest, 16 at the oldest, in that range. She has face paint, like black face paint on with X's on her eyes, and it looked like Mushroom Head in a way. It looked like a
Kind of
version of the Mushroom Head face. And man, she was crazy, dude. She going through the lines, man. She made a whole bunch of plays that I think that, man, I'm like, man, if they could have executed just a little bit more, that they could have won that game. You know what I mean? So
Oh yeah.
that's cool.
Oh yeah, definitely. I honestly I can't wait until everybody gets to see the footage over on the YouTube channel.
Yes.
Because it was just like there were moments where like I found myself like caught in the moment, like I was in the middle of filming and like I would forget that I was actually filming and I was in the moment, watching the game play out.
Right.
And
I felt that way too. And I had the new toy that you got, the new the tripod roller. I don't know what it's called.
it's a tripod dolly.
Tripod dolly. So I had that, and so that way I could move along with the action and stuff. Which really I didn't really need to move it all that much, because we had that swivel part on the camera, so I could just maneuver the camera whenever. But that was for the first game. The second game I had to move it a little bit. But other than that, man, I mean, it was except for the part where I did try to like keep up, like, oh shit, and then I'll go to turn to look at the player, and then it says you're painting too fast. I was like, oh
yeah,
great. So it's gonna look like horrible motion blur or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, it was a really good game. I had fun, and it was cool that when we got there were people there who did recognize us because of the interviews that we did. I've seen several people say, hey, I watched the interview. You guys are awesome. Like, thank you, and, Chaos came up and said hey to us. Thrash came up and said hey to us.
Baby
did. Hines came up and talked to, I don't know if you talked to Hines or not. But
yeah. Stovall.
Stovall, yeah.
And then met, some of the other players that we haven't had the opportunity to interview yet. I'm definitely looking forward to interviewing them. I've reached out. I want to get an interview with the coach. I think that would be some great insight. Because that guy is like, he's intense in all the right ways.
Yes. He does a very good job coaching them. He doesn't sugarcoat it, but he doesn't sugarcoat shit, but at the same time, he doesn't make you feel like you're not good enough to be on the team. In a sense, like he forces you to be better. And then that's the one thing that you need. And all good teams need, although, there's the old saying, well, some players need a pat on the back, some players need a kick in the ass. He just kicks you in the ass and hope that you do what you got to do, but he doesn't a loving, caring way in a way. I guess.
Right.
But, I mean, yes, it was a disappointment that they lost, but at the same time, everybody played their ass off. There was no wasted energy that I seen from either team.
No.
especially from Chattanooga. Like both of me, you got into it like very from the jump. I was like, okay, what's this going to be about? And they actually do a demo before they actually play the game. They had to tell they had to tell the juniors, hey, this is just a demo. Relax, it's just a demo, because they were starting to get dumb. It's like, come on, y'all, But yeah, other than that, man, I mean, it was a fun day. I mean, we didn't. I honestly thought that the event would have been longer than what it was, but we were all home by like 10:30, 11 o'clock that night, so it was all good.
Yeah. So it was 3 games. Each game has 2 period, and there's a 30-minute intermission in between each period.
Right.
So they play for 30 minutes, then they get there's a 15-minute break in between each period, and then a 30-minute intermission between each game. So it started at 3. The final awards for MVP happened around 9, 8:39, something like that.
Yeah.
And they had the track tore down and the building emptied by 9:30 when we walked out.
It's so weird being in that building. For those of you who don't know, we're talking about Camp Jordan Arena.
Yes.
And I've been to Camp Jordan Arena several times. I've been there for Ringling Brothers Bar and Bailey Circus. I've been there for a Ring of Honor event. I've been there for FarleyCon. And we went for this. To see that building empty, like nothing's like set up or anything, it's weird. It's real surreal to see that building completely empty and nothing else is going on. It's like, And then I start thinking, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to appreciate this, because in August when we come back here for FarleyCon, it's probably going to be way more packed and way more insane.
Oh, there's no probably to it. It's going to be absolutely insane.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It is. So again, it was a fun day. I learned a lot about the game of roller derby. It was really enjoyable to watch. Shout out to all the girls who put their heart and soul into it. Shout out to Chaos. Shout out to Goldie, Baby, Thrasher. Like all you girls did amazing. Looking forward to the next one. Whenever we do get the opportunity to go to the next one, looking forward to it.
Yeah.
We got a lot of stuff coming up, so the being able to go, again. Hopefully, we can try to make it work again soon.
Yeah, I think we should be able to make the next home game. They only have 3
June, right?
Yeah, they only have 3 home games this season. So
we should be able to make.
We made the first. Yeah, we made the first one. There's one in June and one in August.
Right.
So I look forward to being able to be there for them. Absolutely. And everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, we don't want to ramble on too much. Just want to kind of give you our thoughts and opinions on how the Chattanooga Roller Derby bout match game. Not 100% sure what. I've heard it called all 3.
Yep.
So, just kind of wanted to give you a quick, thoughts and opinions on how that went. I will say that I have a newfound respect and admiration for roller derby, and
absolutely.
I will be supporting Chattanooga Roller Derby everywhere we go. Bought a patch to go on my denim vest that I wear to all the events. So
I got to get me a brand new vest so I can add that to the back. I was getting a new one anyway, so I got a new one. Mine's going to be like all pop culture stuff now, because my old one was like band oriented stuff, and now I'm just like, I got to get some pop culture shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So definitely got to get some more patches. But that being said, and yes, the Chattanooga Roller Derby is definitely going on the top of the back of the patch, or back of the vest rather. That being said, though, man, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you enjoy roller derby, let us know, what you like about roller derby. If you've actually never seen it come out, I think the next game is June. Help me out here, Chip. When's the next home game? I totally blanked on it. Yeah.
Just a second. I'm going to look that up.
All right. Well, while he's looking that up, again, thank you guys for just hanging out with us right here on the YouTube. and here on all of your listening platforms, whether you're listening to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podcast Addict, whatever you guys like to listen to on us.
The next one is June 10th.
June 10th
at the Camp Jordan Arena.
At Camp Jordan Arena. So, guys, it's really, really a fun time. And one thing, though, that I will say, one more quick thing before we get out of here tonight, is that crowd, wow. I mean, that was probably the loudest crowd I've heard in a very, very long, long time. And literally, if you've been to Camp Jordan Arena, then only one side of the arena is permanent seating. And it stretches all the way to the cross, and I did not see an empty seat. Maybe there was a couple of empty seats on the opposite side where the merch table was and stuff, but there was no empty seat in the house, and everybody was into it. Kids, men, women, children, everybody was into it. You'll hear it on the video whenever we distribute the video here on YouTube.
Yes,
you can hear the love and the admiration. Especially, it's like half the crowd saying Chatta and the other half of the crowd saying Nooga, and it just goes back and forth, and it's like, yo, where am I right now? You know what I mean? It's crazy,
right?
But definitely something you guys need to go check out. And like I said, if you guys enjoy roller derby, let us know what you like about it, and leave a message in the comments below. Anything else you want to say before we bounce out here tonight, Chip?
As always, check out movementradio.us. That is your one-stop shop for all things Movement Radio.
Another thing real quick, you guys, again, thank you guys so much for the love and support that you guys have been giving us here. We have well exceeded our year goal of over 500 subscribers, and you guys have gotten us way over that goal. We're going to be pushing for 1,000 by the end of the year. Hopefully we'll make it there before then. And if so, thank you guys. God bless you guys. Check us out right here on YouTube. Go subscribe, click the bell. We got a lot of cool content coming. We got a whole bunch of shit coming up, and it's really, really cool. Shout out to all of our sponsors also, gearanime.com, audibletrial.com/movement radio, Canva, Zulily, w.gg, Elementor, GetResponse, Just Cash Clothing, and Entertainment Earth. I got it wrote down here so I can remember it this time. Also, I'm going to throw this one last thing in here. Y'all need to read this. Shout out to our boy Jason Flowers. I'm halfway through it, and Malachi was like, hey, can I read it when you get done? I don't even know if I'm going to let anybody else read this when I get done. This is really, really good, man. The artwork in here is awesome. All of it done by our good friend Jason Flowers, man. Go check out Bounty Bullfrog. It's really, 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 really awesome. But, have you had a chance to read any of it yet, man?
I have not. I've been so busy. I haven't had a chance. It's actually sitting right next to me on my desk. I have not had a chance to pick it up and open it yet.
If the possibility of me staying home tomorrow is a possibility, then I'm probably going to finish it because it is, dude. This is the book one. I got to get book two now. So. And again, shout out to Jason Flowers, man, because he's really done. Also, shout out to all of our friends that's been down with us since day one. You guys know who you are. The list is getting way too long of people who've been supporting us, man. But thank you guys so much, man, for all the love and support you guys have been giving us, man. That being said, thank you guys for tuning in today, and we will see you guys next time. We'll catch you guys on the flip side. Let's hit him with the outro, Bubba.
Please do not leave without leaving a like, comment, share, and subscribe on your favorite podcasting platform and right here on YouTube.
Make sure you check out all of our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Check out the YouTube channel. Subscribe. Click that bell to get notified of our latest videos. Streamlabs.com/movement radio/merch. Go copy some merch. And once again, movementradio.us. Your one-stop shop for all things Movement Radio.
I am Chip Hazard.
I'm Talon Williams.
And this is Movement Radio.
God's plan.